Hey guys, welcome back to Outback Grill. Today we're going to do an unboxing and assembly video of my new Family Q Premium. I decided to go for an upgrade as I wanted the premium version of this barbecue with the thermometer and the electronic ignition, as my old barbecue didn't have those features. And when I saw this new color in that sunset orange, I couldn't really turn my head from it. So I ended up waiting till Boxing Day to try and get a really good deal on this barbecue. As I found on Boxing Day, it was really hard to find a retailer that had stock of this particular color in the Family Q. So I drove to a few different shops and luckily I was able to snap one up. I know the online store has a few of these in stock, so I'm sure people are still able to get them, but I wanted to pick one up locally so I could get my hands on it as quick as possible. So in today's video, we're gonna go over how to assemble this barbecue. I'll talk you through roughly how long it takes, what tools are needed, and we'll look at some of the new features on this Weber Q. And most importantly, I'll be able to show you how the new sunset orange lid looks, as when I saw it in the shop in person, it looks a lot different to the photos. It's a really bright orange and the color really pops. So let's get straight into it. So with the Family Q, you get the stand and the barbecue in the same box. If you buy any of the smaller versions of this barbecue, like the 2800 or the 2200 or Baby Q, you have to buy the stand separately. Whereas in this one, everything's in here ready to go. Here we go. Wow, look at that lid. This video probably doesn't do justice for the color, but that's almost a fluoro orange. It comes packaged really well, but you get all this cardboard out. All right, let's lift this barbecue out. Luckily, they're really light when they've got no grill in them. Okay, so once you get it out of the box, you'll find some accessories in here, instructions. We've got the fat drip tray in there. And there's the side tables. And here's the inside of the barbecue. Look how nice and clean it is when it's brand new. And it looks so clean when there's no grease on them yet, but it's gonna have to get used at some point. It's a shame really, because I'd love to just keep this barbecue inside the house. All right guys, so here's everything you'll find in the box. We've got our burner knobs there with a few accessories. There's the grill grates. Underneath in that box is the stand. There's our fat catch tray, and then we've got the barbecue and the side tables. All right, guys, here's all the parts for the cart. I'm not going to bore you with the instructions and assembling this slowly, so I'll do a time-lapse video, and then we'll come back to it once the whole cart's assembled. Okay, so the cart's all built on it now. Just a couple of things to be mindful for. The mistakes I always make. It happened on the last barbecue I built because I never follow instructions properly. But before you screw, in the first step, before you screw these screws in here, there's 3 of them on each leg, you need to make sure you put this plate in. If you don't put this plate in there, this one here, if you don't get that in first, it's hard to see on the instructions, it doesn't explain it that well. But if you don't put that in, then you're literally going to undo all these legs, pretty much pull the whole thing apart again to try get this in. So that's one thing to look out for. And just make sure you remove the lid, because a lot of this is done upside down when you're screwing the legs on. So to remove the lid, you just pull these pins out and that little clip there. So it takes 2 seconds and it saves you damaging the lid when you have the barbecue upside down. If you don't already know this, it comes with a fat catch tray. It's like a little drawer there. And they give you one of these disposable trays with the barbecue, but I normally buy them in a 10-pack. Then I change them out every few months when they fill up. And now when you pop the dials on, you can't screw this up because they're both slightly different size. So you can't put the plus or the Q on the wrong one. And they just push on like this. That's it. And this has the electric ignition, which needs a battery. So to put the battery in, you just twist this, pull this piece out. You just pop the battery in there and just screw this back on. And there we go. All right, I'm trying to pop this lid on one-handed. Just sits there like so. Now this is the thermometer that the premium edition comes with, so you just have to screw this into the lid. So you'll notice here in the premium model, there's a little recess in the lid for the thermometer to sit into. You'll notice on the standard version of the Weber Family Q, you don't actually get that. So that's a nice little addition on the premium model. Then you've just got to install the handle on it with the 2 Phillips bolts. So these side tables just clip into the side like so. And then we just drop in the grill grates. They just sit like that. That's it, we're all finished. Okay, so the barbecue is all finished. I'm just going to talk you through the differences between the premium model and the standard model that I previously had. Now, before I go into this, there's actually nothing wrong with this barbecue. It works really well. The burner and the amount of heat it produces, it's the exact same as this. There's nothing different. The only reason I've updated is just to go for a new color pretty much, but this barbecue's aged really well. I've had it for about a year, but I've done 150 cooks on it easily, and there's barely any marks on it. So just looking at the differences between the two is the first thing you'll notice is obviously the color. The premium model comes with the extra colors, whereas the standard only has the black and the red. The premium model also has a thermometer built into the lid, which you can see here. Now that's not a massive issue if you have a digital thermometer like I used a lot of the time on this barbecue. But if you don't have one, then you're playing a bit of a guessing game, which can be a bit annoying, but realistically, you're cooking with both of these burners turned on to max anyway, so you're not really staring at the temperature a lot of the time. Now the next difference, which is pretty cool in my opinion, is you'll notice on the standard Weber, you've just got a spring-loaded igniter. You'll see on a lot of sort of standard or older style barbecues. And on the new model, you've now got a battery-operated igniter, which you just hold. It's like one of those old school stovetops that you'd see inside a house. And that's pretty much it for the differences between the premium and the standard barbecue. Both stands are exactly the same. They've both got the sturdy door on them with the magnetic latch. Total assembly time for this barbecue took about an hour to an hour and a half. If you don't stuff up, you can probably do it a little bit faster, but I don't read the instructions properly and had to pull half of it apart again. The only tools needed are a Phillips head screwdriver, so it's really, really simple. They recommend not using any power tools as you can strip the bolts out, but a screwdriver is more than enough and it doesn't really take much longer. And that's it really. What do you guys think of the color? Let me know in the comments. If you guys do like the color of this barbecue, I've attached an Amazon link in my description so you guys can purchase one for yourselves. I'll be doing a full review and a whole bunch of cook-ups on this new model barbecue, so stick around. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and happy grilling.